You are not going to believe how good you hit your driver using this one simple drill. This is a common golf swing mistake amateurs make, but we don't see it from better players. It's all going to be centered around lead shoulder and how it moves. This is something I've used in my history of playing golf to help me gain control of club path, strike, as well as consistency. That word that we all want with the driver. This will change the way you hit the big dog. Before we get into today's lesson, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I release videos like this every week to help you play some better golf. So this is it. This is the one simple drill built around lead shoulder. It breaks down to this one basic move, and we see it time and time again with good players where their lead shoulder from the top of the backswing goes forwards and down until it gets around their lead hip. Then from there, what we see once they've done the drive with their upper body, done the drive with their shoulder across and down, what they then start doing is backing that shoulder up over lead hip, which is why we see these fantastic impact positions that we see from the better players. Often from the amateurs, we're not seeing them. We're seeing these kind of crumpled down impacts, these impacts where everything's slid and the knees buckling, or that they're spinning out on the way back. Or even we see huge tilts with their shoulders as they try to get lead shoulder up, drops the club way behind them, these rolling releases. You've seen all these players. So I'm going to share 3 drills with you right now to help you conquer how to swing your shoulders in the golf swing in a way that we're seeing from better players for those frozen rope kind of drives. That is a nice straight one. So tip number 1, I want you to stand with your feet close together. So literally almost touching. Don't be afraid to turn that lead foot out a little bit. Now from the top of the backswing, what I want to do now, I've basically pulled my hip in. It's come across. I would be out here with my hip, but I've brought it in. So I want to get my downswing moving with my shoulders where I feel like I'm going to move my shoulder now forward of my toes on my lead foot. I want to feel like my shoulder has moved forward over this hip to the outside of it. I want to feel almost like I'm at the point where I might even fall that way. Because having that feeling of moving that way where you feel like you're almost at a tipping point is what is then going to bring you back. Because it's not only this shoulder going down and across, it's the fact that it then starts coming up and around, which is going to get you hitting this driver so solid. So I've got feet close together, I've got lead foot opposite the ball because I've brought this pelvis in, the hip has come in. I'm then going to do a few demos where I feel like I go down and across to the point where I feel like my foot kind of is holding on to me. And then I'm actually going to try and hit shots this way. See how I've kind of doubled back up and retained my my balance. If you're someone from here who feels like you do want to just keep going across, you are going to find this quite hard to do. You're going to have steps that try and save you. And I would encourage you to do this at speed. It's the doing it at speed that's going to allow you to feel this kind of split second shift and then pull out, this kind of shift and then pull back and out. You can do a few at a quiet speed to start. It's quite good for finding the feel, but then don't be afraid to do some. I mean, I've moved my width for stance here. I'm going to do this one faster. There's a head width between my 2 feet here. So I'm going to try and actually do it quite hard. You can see there, I almost went. I had to really hold on. And I'm getting club head speed up there at 100 miles an hour. I mean, I swing over 100 miles an hour, but 100 miles an hour with my feet together, there's some serious commitment there to drive and pull out. And the quicker you can get at this, so quicker at driving and pulling out, it has serious effects on how this is delivered. So which part you're going to hit it on. Serious effects on if hitting up or down. The more you get across and then back up, the better chance for lots of amateur golfers you've got hitting up at the ball, which again for lots of amateur golfers works as a real bonus. Now the second drill, and you've seen good players use this on tour, and it's quite hard to hit balls like this, but I want you to give it a go. I want you to go top of your backswing and stop. Then I want you to feel like you come down to hands parallel to the ground, parallel to the ground, hands down by right thigh. And see how kind of closed, shut off I am. So I've still got this shoulder back. I have gone across, so I've gone across, but I've not started to rear out of it. Now this is an exaggeration, it's too much, but having an exaggeration of this feeling, then trying to get up and hit a shot, like you're not going to hit great shots, it's going to be hard to hit it from there. But what this trains golfers to do is to delay the rotation on the way down. Yep, you heard me. So many golfers at the top of their backswing want to just spin their shoulders really fast, and it kind of runs away with the show, creating these kind of over the top actions. So having this delay with a shift as you bring your hands down, believe it or not, for lots of golfers is really strong. In the comments, name the golfer. Who do you see doing this drill? You've seen them do it on telly for years. They might be using it for a slightly different reason, but it's close. Go on in the comments, who is doing that drill? Now, this is what I would call a blend drill, meaning I'm gonna go kind of pump fake. So notice how I'm going across while bringing my arms down. This shoulder's gone down and across, so down and across, and then I'm gonna try and get up out of it quick. So I'm gonna go pump and then hit. So see how I was doing kind of 2 or 3 demos, and then I did one demo where I had a bit of a pump to then try and jump out. This is really good at increasing the speed that you come up and out. If you're good at getting up and out with this shoulder, you'll be much better at getting down and across. The reason lots of golfers are scared or don't get down and across is because they don't get up. They don't get up and out till after they hit the ball. So down and across with this shoulder while hitting the ball doesn't work. That's a crash. A bit chicken and egg, isn't it? So think about that. If I'm not very good at getting this bit working in there, so where I keep my back to target for long, delayed, and then try and get up and out to hit the ball, if I'm only good at going down and across and not very good at getting out, that's when you see those ones. Oh, that's a great one to hit. See that? That was a pop sky, just went straight up in the air. Because I can't control low point, just went straight underneath it. That's where you get those marks on the top of your driver. Don't worry, that's coming off. Please come off. Please come off. Always chicken and egg in golf. Do you try and do the activity, or do you do what the activity calls is? And they both can work. So first drill is actually trying to get you to come across and out. Second drill is actually trying to get you to come across and stay delayed to speed up of getting out. Both of those can do the same thing. Now, if you're still here for the final tip, hit that like button if this is helping, and also hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like this to help you with your game. Now, the third and final tip to help you with this movement with your driver, to get rid of this common mistake, is actually to build it into your backswing. Now, what we see from amateurs is we see poor shoulder actions on the way back, so maybe quite flat shoulder turns, then their downswing is spent actually dropping shoulders back down, crashing. Sometimes we see flat shoulder turns, then rotate, club moves out in front of them, then they have to add huge angles in with their body to try and get the club to line up. So lots of what we see here into here, so you could call that transition to early part of downswing, then through into impact, is influenced by what has gone before. So we need to improve what has gone before. And this is such a good, simple, actionable drill that you can use on the course. I want you to feel in your backswing that you coil your lead shoulder up into your trail heel. So you're going to feel that as you make your backswing, as I look down from my perspective, my lead shoulder is really coiling down into this trail heel. So if I'm someone who comes up a lot, so this shoulder's kind of up over here, it's kind of pointing over here. Maybe I'm someone who doesn't turn very much and just sways, like my shoulder's pointing off over there. Trying to coil this into this is a really good way of loading that backswing in a way that you've now got time to get that shoulder across and down before coming back up and out. And like I said, this one's so good because you can hit shots with this one. Like, I've played seasons of golf with this as my primary swing for, because it helps on many points. It helps you get better tilts with your upper body. It helps encourage more turns. So if I'm an under rotator with my shoulders again over here, and also it helps this part of your body actually coil up and hold on. So that is a great way to try and get this shoulder turn working, this down into that foot with speed. Oh yes, please. That's a better drive, isn't it? Look at the pop sky there. Good, glad we got that one gone. Now, what I love about these tips is they're going to help you hit this driver better, more consistently, like you haven't before. But remember to do these ideas in your swings. They're going to be built by having really good driver setup. So it's so important that when you're standing to the ball, you're standing in a way that encourages these actions. Now, remember, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button, and this video here will teach you everything you need to know about your driver stance to make sure this video makes even more sense.